I think the first tip in supporting the military in a church environment is to get to know the people, as you do with anybody. So talk to them, find out what their needs are.
One of the most welcoming things that happened to me when I first joined a church down in Colchester was just being invited around to people's houses, being accepted for who I was, not necessarily being questioned too much about my job.
The people can't relate to them or understand what it is to disappear every few weeks, every few months, for weeks or months on end, into a very dangerous environment where people are being killed, with a family that's left behind that's often struggling. Often the wife has to carry everything by herself, and is concerned for her husband, who is on the front line in some way, with people trying to kill him on an operational tour.
For a typical regular soldier, he'll probably only be in your vicinity for 2 or 3 years. So, and he wants to get stuck in, or she wants to get stuck in quite quickly. So really, strike while the iron's hot. Don't muck around, otherwise they'll probably go somewhere else.
To get alongside them, to make them feel really welcome. They may only be there for a short time, and it's really easy if somebody's there at a short time at church to just go, oh, well, they're not here for very long, so we won't worry too much. But actually, it's incredibly lonely when you've moved to somewhere and you know nobody. And
really showing hospitality to soldiers and having them around your house and sharing your home with them, I think, is a massive thing.
And it's basically about being a good neighbour, but being aware that their lives are going to be different from those in civilian life.
Churches really should commit to prayer, the armed forces, and also those who lead them, as they do for the heads of states, for politicians as well. It's a vital part, and it's what Paul has asked us to do.
My experience is that people enjoy and appreciate being prayed for, even though that's not their own personal experience. I think they know that being prayed for is a good thing and can't do any harm. And for some people, it's sort of hedging their bets, but it's invariably reassuring.
I was prayed for while I was deployed both times, and just knowing that I had that prayer support from my own church was such a comfort and a strength.
It's really important to pray for, just for the troops that are out there, the guys that are actually doing the job, for their safety, for their protection, that they come home safely. We've seen so many people hurt in Afghanistan, and that for us is a very real threat.
Very often, lads would be in an incident, maybe they've been in a strike of some sort, and then you could point out to them just somebody being looking after them. I think of an instance of a warrior armoured vehicle which was blown up and went into a number of different pieces, and the 3 lads came out intact, and no life-changing injuries at all. A broken arm, bang on the head, and a grazed knee, and really they should have been dead. And it was good to be able to say, well, it could well be this is a result of people praying for you, because there are a lot of people praying for you. And I found that in the case of 2 of those 3 lads, they were much more open to things of God than they had been previously.